I'm Kristen Niemer with the Food Channel, and I'm speaking with Shawn Taher. Shawn, tell me about your restaurants.
We own 11 of the greatest restaurants in Minneapolis, frankly. We own a medium-priced steakhouse chain called Timber Lodge Steakhouse, which really focuses on chef-driven. We use wood-burning grills. We change the menu really often. We have the nice pastas that we have the heavy cream base for those of us in Minnesota that love a cream-based pasta in January. But we also have the oil-based pastas to help those of us that probably shouldn't be eating the cream-based pasta in January. So we have a really great diverse menu. Plus, like I said, all of our food is cooked over the wood-burning grill, which adds such a nice, smoky, real cooked taste to the food. Our Wayzata Eatery and Wine Bar concept was really our first restaurant. It's a small 62-seat restaurant with a 10-person wine bar, all white marble top. You look right into the kitchen. It's just beautiful. The chef is really right there in your face, kind of talking to you, and you get to hear and see really how a kitchen works. So it's really fun, especially in a neighborhood like Wayzata, which is only a town of 4,400 people. So that's a great concept. And like I said, it's our first, so it's kind of holds a special place in our heart. And then we have a sports bar in a suburb of Minneapolis, which is just what you'd expect. Lots of TVs, big bright TVs, video games, big bar, lots of great bar food, stuffed hot dogs, tacos, pizzas. All again, very great food because Taher Incorporated is a very chef-driven company. We employ 160 chefs around the country. And so all of our food just has that personality in it. And then really our favorite, our staple restaurant is Paws, which is a restaurant that was put into an 1870s mansion. We purchased the restaurant in 2007 and completely renovated it right before RNC and got it really nice, beautiful looking, and put a 1,700 bottle wine cellar in it, an 8-person captain table with copper ceilings, completely climate controlled. It's a perfect dining area. And then we really brought on a star chef in our minds, Donald Gonzalez, who's worked at places like the French Laundry, Waldorf Astoria, helped John George open Chambers Kitchen in Minneapolis. And that's really a new American cuisine food where Donald takes whatever is fresh from around the world and incorporates it into his menu in a very fusion style. So those are really a small explanation of our restaurants.
So the mansion, where did that idea come from? Did you just happen to be driving past the property, or?
You know, the gentleman who owned it previously decided that it was time to retire, and so he called my father, Bruce Taher, and asked him if he would be interested in purchasing the restaurant. And because Paws was such a staple restaurant in Minneapolis, and because the house is so rich in history, that I don't think my father had even a chance to say no.
Right.
As soon as we got in there, we picked our designer, and it all came together perfect. It was a great way for him to take his high-end concept, white linen concept, bring it to market, as well as keep in an area where we could have a casual, high-end bar area. So it just fit a lot of what he was looking to accomplish.
And you said that you have 8 steakhouses.
We do.
So what sets you apart from all the other steakhouses that are out there?
Well, Timber Lodge Steakhouse, like I said earlier, is all cooked over wood-burning grills. And because we have chefs in all of our locations, and because we're a chef-driven organization, it allows us to really take a lot of pride and pleasure in our food. The locations get to come up with their own daily specials, which really is different in the sense that there's a chef every day coming up with something creative. And they're all led by a corporate chef, but he just is really there to facilitate the brainstorming process. So those are a couple of things that set us apart from the average steakhouse.
And you mentioned your dad.
I did.
What's it like working with your family?
Interesting. You know, there are great days and there are hair-pulling days at the same time. It's amazing really to work in a family business where you get to work with your father. And the misconception is that you see each other all the time, out in and out of work. Because neither of those are true, you really appreciate the time that you do spend together. And you get to learn, frankly. You get to learn from someone who's built an organization from the ground up. My father moved here in 1964 from the Middle East with nothing, and now has created a wonderful organization. So you get to learn from someone who's actually done it. And then there is the other side where you're like, really? And why are we not on the same page about this? And so if nothing else, it teaches you how to be a better communicator.
Family-owned business.
Yeah.
Do you guys cook at all?
Oh, absolutely. My parents are great chefs in the kitchen. When my father first moved here in the 60s, he actually trained with Julia Childs and James Beard in different kitchens in the South. So we ate great as a child.
And what are family meals like?
an event. It's salad, it's entree, cooked from scratch. One of our favorite meals, frankly, it just is on the top of my head. I can't even get it out of my head right now. Is my father makes the most amazing shrimp scampi with a Persian rice, which is crispy on the bottom and light and fluffy on top. And then he takes the shrimp and he just, between the saffron and the shrimp and the scampi, it's incredible. It's an event at our house. We all sit around a table and then pick on each other.
And do you guys have a website where?
We do, of course. In today's area, if we didn't have a website, we'd have a different problem on our hands.
That's very true.
Our website, it's taher.com, Taher.com.
All right, well, thank you so much, Shawn.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.